talking today about how to make a great speech. There are some major points which I absolutely want you to keep in mind when you make a great speech. The first, of course, is my main priority is to look at you. Connect with your audience. No matter what your message, eye contact is very, very important. It engages your audience. They feel really good about you looking into their eyes. They feel invested in your message. They feel really good about your message, and you connect directly to them. My next big point, speak about what you know about. Passion translates into energy. It translates into good information. When you're emotional about a subject, you pull an audience in because they're invested in what you're saying, and you are giving them the energy. They know, they feel your energy about that subject. The next big point, focus on your message. This is really key right now because at Luminary Speak and Tell, we tell all of you, when you make a speech, you're conveying information, you back it up with the facts. A big part of making a great speech, of course, is doing the research about your topic. And then you convey that topic. We like you to build supporting points, 3 supporting points, by focusing on your central message and supporting it with those facts. I also want you to know your audience. After you know your central message and you have your supporting points, know who your audience is, because it's really, really important. You may have to tailor your message to a specific audience. Let's consider an example. Let's say you're speaking to an audience of parents, your mom and dad, okay? We know that they care about you and they care about kids, so your message would be very, very tailored to that audience. My next big point, posture matters, okay? Shoulders back, stand up straight, feel confident. I wanted to tell you a little story about a young man who I helped with a speech once. He gave a speech, but he was slouched over. He read everything from the paper. People weren't paying too much attention. And you know why he did that? He did that because he was nervous. So guess what I did? I took the paper away and I said, you tell me the message without the paper, okay? He did great. And I'll tell you why he did great. Because my second point to him was, you know what? No matter how big your audience is, no matter if you're talking to a camera, no matter if you're talking to 1,000 people, in your mind, when you give a great speech, you know what you have to think of? You're talking to one single person. Just one. That brings you confidence. That gives you all the courage to make a great speech. That's when you stand up straight, and that's when you feel confident, when you're talking to one single person. You won't be nervous. And before you make your speech, it would really be really, really good for you. Breathe through your nose, out through your mouth a few times, just to feel comfortable, okay? But make sure you remember, you're talking to one person. It's gonna help. The next important point, speak clearly. Sometimes when we get caught up in information and we get caught up in making a speech, we want to get it over with right away, which means we rattle through it and we talk so fast, and then that's when we make mistakes. Another big thing when you're making a speech is, see this paper right here? Sure, you can rely on it because you're conveying a message. You can rely on it, but not too much, because you never want to lose your audience by continually looking down. And by the way, if you're reading from a paper or just speaking to you and you flub a word, don't you worry about that. You just keep moving, because your audience is forgiving. Your audience understands that we're human beings. We're gonna make mistakes. That's life. Just keep moving. One more thing. We talk so much at the podium here today. Is it okay to leave the podium? You bet it is, especially when it relates to questions and answers, okay? A lot of times after your speech, people have a few loose ends. They want to ask you some questions. Come out and greet them. And I can go on and on. You know why? There's so much more information about making a great speech. That's why I'm glad you're here. That's why I'm glad you're listening and learning. And you can go to the Luminary Speak and Tell website for much more information. You know, at Luminary Speak and Tell, all of our programs, we train you to be a leader. That's why I can't wait down the road to hear your speech, to see your speech. Thanks so much. You're going to be the next leader, and I can't wait to see your great speech.